This is question 8c from the 2023 Engineering Science Higher past paper. We've come to our first really big marker here. It's an 8 marker, and it's continued on from question 8, so it is a bit linked, but only a tiny bit. And we're told here that due to the rapid expansion of the construction site, additional floodlights are to be installed. And this diagram below shows part of the design for the frame that supports the floodlights. We are asked to calculate, using nodal analysis, calculate using nodal analysis at nodes A and B, the magnitude and the nature of the forces. So we're calculating, we've got to use nodal analysis at A and B, magnitude and the nature, which you're used to from these tables, of AB, AE, BD and BC. We're already given 2 of the natures, which is great, but we have to complete the table. So again, don't forget in your exam haste to just work these out and then not fill in the table. We're told that BE is a 450 Newton tie. That's not on the table though, so that's fine, but that is going to come in useful when we look at this question. Now over the page, handily, the SQA have given you spatial calculations and drawings of the nodes. So I'm just going to copy across a little bit of the information. First thing I would do looking at node A is I would put on the angle here. I've already forgotten what that is. So the angle there is 30 degrees. And I've already got the force acting down that's acting at A. Now I'm going to want to resolve vertically and horizontally, but before I do that, I find it helpful to draw out where I think these natures of the forces are, and in fact I'm already told that AB is a tie and AE is a strut. So if AB is a tie, then the internal forces are going to be acting away from the node, and AE is a strut, so that means that those forces are going to be acting towards the node. I'm just going to label this as AB and this as AE. Now that I've got all that information on there, I'm ready to resolve vertically and horizontally. So we'll resolve vertically first. The sum of our vertical forces is equal to 0, and that means that the sum of our forces going up have to be equal to the sum of our forces going down. And this is the only part where things get a little bit complicated if you're not too keen on Pythagoras. What we need to do now is split AB up into its horizontal and vertical components. And it depends which way you like to do this. I think hopefully at this stage you'll be quite quick off the mark with your Pythagoras, but if you're not, I think you should be quite quick off the mark with your Pythagoras. But if you're not, let's just slowly break AB down. It can help to redraw it, which I'm going to do underneath here. I'm just going to use a couple of different colours to help us with that. So if AB is a force going in this direction, that means we've got a horizontal component here and a vertical component here. The reason I don't find it helpful to draw this onto this diagram is because really I want that horizontal component to be coming here, so it's still acting at A, and I don't think that's always helpful for the students I know who don't get on very well with this bit. So I've got a 30-degree angle here, and I know that AB is going to be here. So that tells me then that my yellow part, the vertical part of this force AB, has to be equal to AB sine 30, and the horizontal part, the red bit, has to be equal to AB cos 30. And now that should give me enough information to be able to work out what AB is. Let's carry on with the calculation and see where we get to. So the vertical component of AB is AB sine 30, and that has to be equal to whatever the forces are that are going down, so that's 455. So now I can say that AB is equal to 455 divided by sine 30. Sine 30 is a half, so that gives us 910. Don't forget that you have to put this back into your table. So I'm going to say newtons and double underline it, but I'm straight away going to go back a page and fill that in. So here now then, I have that AB is 910 newtons, and it is a tie. Going back then over, I'm going to resolve horizontally now to get AE. So my sum of horizontal forces has to be equal to 0. That means my sum of forces going to the right have to be equal to my sum of forces going to the left. Going to the right, I've got AE, and going to the left, I've got my horizontal component of AB, which is AB cos 30. Now I've worked out what AB is, it's 910, so I can say 910 cos 30 is equal to AE, so AE is going to be equal to 455. Nope, it's not. So AE is going to be equal to 788. So I can round that to two significant figures to 790 newtons. And again, I'm just going to pop that straight into my table. Okay, now I've done my nodal analysis of A, and if I didn't have a highlighter in my exam kit, I might just tick off that I've done AB and AE there by analysing node A. That's going to tell me that I've still got node B to look at, and helpfully the exam has given me node B to look at. I know already that AB is a tie, so I know that that is going to be coming this way. I'm told that BE is, I'm pretty sure it was a tie. Yeah, BE is a 450 newton tie, so I can pop that straight onto my diagram as well. Sorry for the flicking backwards and forwards here, folks. So that's, BE. Now I need to work out BD and BC. So this one here is going to be BD, and I think just logic would show you that that's probably going to be a strut, because in order for B to be in equilibrium, the vertical forces of AB and BE are going to have to be opposed. And then for BC, I think we're going to have a tie there, because again the vertical forces of AB, sorry, the horizontal forces of AB are going to have to be counteracted. Just go and check any angles. We'll pop on that we know that this is 30 degrees. That means this has got to be 60 degrees. That also shows us that this one here is 60 degrees. But I don't think we'll need to use those 60 degree angles, so I'm going to get rid of them for now. Again, we've got to resolve vertically and horizontally. I'm going to resolve vertically first, just because I think that only gives me one unknown. So if I say that my sum of forces vertically is equal to 0, then my sum of what is going up has to be equal to the sum of what is coming down. And so my vertical component of BD has to be equal to all of BE plus the vertical component of AB. Again, I can redraw BD just a little bit further down here to help those of us who struggle a little bit with splitting these things up. So I've got my the whole of BD there. My vertical component is going to be this bit. My horizontal component is going to be this bit. And because of the rule of triangles, and because it's told to me on the other page, I know that that's 30 degrees when that's 30 degrees. So that shows me that my vertical component is going to be BD sine 30, and the horizontal component is going to be BD cos 30. Popping that then into this equation, my vertical component of BD is BD sine 30, and that's equal to BE, which is 450, and that's added to the vertical component of AB, which we know AB is 910, so it's going to be 910 cos 30. Oh, sorry, not cos 30, sine 30. Sine 30 is a half, so we can, just in terms of calculating this now, you can say that BD is equal to 900 plus 910. So that is 1,810. So I'm going to round that to two significant figures. BD is 1,800 newtons. And I assumed it was a strut. So I'm going to put that again straight into my table. BD is 1,800 newtons and it's a strut. And now what I've got to do is resolve horizontally to find out what BC is. So resolving horizontally, I know that my sum of forces has to be equal to 0, and I'm going to say that my sum of forces to the left has to be equal to my sum of forces to the right. So that says that BC then has to be equal to the horizontal component of BD added to the horizontal component of AB. I'm ignoring BE because it's only vertical, and that was the same earlier when I was looking at the vertical components. There's no vertical component of BC, so that's why I ignored it. So here, my horizontal component of BD is going to be 1,800 cos 30. And my horizontal component of AB is going to be 910 cos 30. And that gives me gives me 2,346.9. So I'm going to put that into two significant figures and say that's 2,300 newtons. And I was correct in assuming that that was a tie. So I'm going to now pop that in to my table here. So that is helpful. Oh, it's disappeared. So that's going to be 2,300 newtons, and that is a tie. If I just fill this back in, it was 1,800 newtons and a strut, and we had 910 here and 790 here. Now, just so you know where the mark's coming from here, if you filled that table in and didn't have any of the working, as I now have on this blank document, you wouldn't get all the marks. So you get 1 mark for AB, you get 1 mark for AE, you get 1 mark for BD and the strut there, but you also get a mark here for the substitution that you did during the calculation. And it's the same for BC. You get 1 mark for the magnitude, 1 mark for the nature, and then 1 mark for the substitution. So do make sure that you lay this out the way that was shown earlier in the video.